Good morning. Did not sleep very well last night. There were a lot of animals scurrying about, and it's super windy. You might be able to hear that. Oh, my hair. So there are definitely bears in the area. My bear bag survived the night, but I can tell something was up against it. It's got some dirt on it and some scratches that weren't there before, so I'm glad that I tied it pretty tight. Secured it well. I'm gonna get up and get going here pretty soon. The forecast is for wind and kind of like mid-60s for the next 2 days, so not as hot as it was yesterday, and then it'll warm back up again, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I should probably eat something soon. Kind of what my morning looks like inside my tent. I'm kind of wrapped up in my quilt. Put my bear bag down. I set some food aside for what I'm going to have for snacks as I'm hiking. It'll kind of be on top of my pack, so it'll be easy to get to, so I don't have to like undo my pack. Oh, these are really good. Scoop waffles. The sugary. They got a lot of energy. I like those a lot. And trying these new Clif bars have nut butter inside of them. They're pretty good. I like those. Jury's not totally out yet, but then these little tabs are Noon electrolyte tabs that I put in my water. I really like these. I crave these. My breakfast is a Pro Bar. I like these. I have not gotten sick of these yet. They're pretty hearty. I usually have these for breakfast, and I got some string cheese that I'll eat this morning. String cheese, or any kind of cheese, if it's a hard cheese especially, will stay good in the pack without being refrigerated for about a week or so. So those are handy to have. And my little inflatable pillow, that is my luxury that I bring. I didn't used to use a pillow. I used to use just my clothes stuff bag with clothes in it, or my food bag. One night I used my food bag and I woke up with my hair smelling like beef jerky, and it wouldn't go away, and there was like 4 days without a shower, and I could not stop smelling beef jerky in my hair. So at that point I decided I needed a better system. This is only 2 ounces. It's an inflatable pillow, so it was pretty cool, and I sleep a lot better with that. And I always keep my headlight next to me. I have a little teeny lightweight headlight. This is a Petzl E-Light. Super light. I actually wear this around my neck usually when I'm hiking. I haven't been lately, but I normally do. It has a little built-in whistle, which is kind of cool, and that cinches up the strap. Super light. And then I have just little essentials that I might need, like chopstick and power cords for my phone, different things like that, just kind of next to me. And then of course always my water next to me as well. So that's my morning, eating breakfast. And oh, this is my food bag. This is an odor-free bag. It's a food bag made by Z-Packs. Has a little carabiner to hang, but what I do is I carry this just by itself during the day, and then at night I put this whole bag, this is odor-free, inside my Ursack, my bear bag that's right next to me. This is not scratch-proof. Bears can probably get into this. It's made out of Cuban fiber, but it's odor-proof, and so I just double up my system. The Ursack is kind of bulky and hard to get into. It's thick, it's a double Kevlar, and so that's why I have both. There might be a better system. I could just carry all my food in the bear bag, but it's not as maneuverable as this one. I really like this one during the day. It's easy with the Velcro closure to get in and out of. So that is my morning. Okay, here is something else I do in the morning at times, depending on what I'm carrying for meals. But I am going to mix this bean salad. It's freeze-dried bean salad. I'm going to put water in it now and let it soak while I'm hiking. So by the time I get to lunchtime, it'll be ready to go. It'll be all rehydrated. So that's kind of cool. I'll just put like 6 ounces of cold water in it. And then I've got these little packets. I've got olive oil for extra fat and calories. Some Cholula hot sauce, yum yum. and some malt vinegar to add some spice to that. So I'll add those once I stop for lunch. I'll just dump these in there and it'll be ready to go. Okay, so I do carry a little first aid kit, but it's pretty basic. I'll just dump all this out. I carry it all in a little Ziploc bag, and I'm going to talk about what I have in here. So this is Advil, just ibuprofen, which I use sparingly, but I have it to use. I have a Benadryl. I tend to have pretty massive allergies when I do have allergies, as far as I have like skin rashes from, I don't know actually what it's from, but it tends to be when I go through a lot of like greenery, like grasses. So I carry that. If I need more than one, it's probably pretty serious, and I'll need to get to like the town to get more. Imodium to a pyramid to help me get to town. So I've got one of those in case I have diarrhea. I can treat until I can get more. I've got an extra little hair tie. And then I've got, this is just band-aids and blister band-aids. And then I've got these little, I think those are corns, but I found them really useful on blisters. So I'll put it around a blister so the blister's in the middle. And then I'll use Coban, which is non-stick wrap, to keep that on. I don't use tape. I try not to use any adhesives because I have allergies to adhesives, so I use the non-stick wrap to help hold like blister pads on, or those little corn thingies for blisters. Got that. And then this is my secret weapon. I was told about this stuff when I had a foot injury on the PCT in 2015. This saved my rear. It has been so useful for so many things. It's a really thick salve. It smells really wonderful. It has natural ingredients in it: olive oil, comfrey, pine pitch, beeswax, almond oil. The list goes on. So it's amazing stuff. It's made in Utah by the Bidian family. Can't speak highly enough about this. I love it. And then this is my knife, and has little tweezers, a little toothpick, knife, and scissors. And so that's what I carry for getting anything done that I need to get done. And then I have a roll of what's called tenacious tape. This stuff is the bomb. For any gear repairs, like if I get a hole in my sleeping pad, or if I get a hole in my pack, or shirt, or whatever, I just cut a little bit of this off and apply it on there, and this stuff holds. It's called tenacious tape, and you can buy it in little patches or a roll. It's super light. I really like that. Guys, you might want to turn off the video at this point. I'm going to be talking about some feminine things. But girls, this is what I use for my period on the trail. It's called the Diva Cup. There's different versions of menstrual cups. I found this to be wonderful on the trail, so I don't have to carry any other supplies, and I don't have to pack anything out. So I do adhere to leave no trace. I don't use any toilet paper. I can get into that in a later video. I just use water. So this is invaluable. I have this with me because during this trip, this is probably going to be inevitable that I'll have to use this. So brought this along. Super comfortable. Takes a little bit of time. I would not suggest getting one right before you hit the trail. You need to practice with it for a couple months before you use it, so you get the hang of it, so that it doesn't leak or anything. So that's my little first aid kit. It looks like there is a storm moving in. It's been windy, really windy for the last 3 hours. It's getting way colder, and the clouds are moving pretty darn fast, and we're getting darker. So we'll see. I don't know if this is just lake effect wind or if it's an actual storm. I can't really do anything about it. Oh, this is pleasant. It's been great hiking so far this morning. I ran into another hiker that he was attempting a through hike,
but made it. I think this is his 4th day and he's heading back to his car. He's had enough. He heard reports of quite a bit of snow and he's a little bit worried about crossing the snowfields. I tried to reassure him that number one, either he could hike with me, or if he was just wanting to do it, that he'd probably be okay. I mean, from what I've heard, there's been enough people that have already thru hiked in the last few weeks that there's quite a few footholds already on the snow, and it's melting pretty fast. But he was kind of ready to give up. He said he was really lonely. He just wanted to kind of get back to town. So I can understand that. Had a bit of that in Ireland, so, and I told him about that actually. I think that helped him feel a little bit better that, you know, not all hikes are perfect timing and the perfect, I don't know, perfect scenario at any given time. I might not finish this, who knows? You just never know. It's kind of guesswork. I keep hearing something. I think it's just the wind snapping branches. I'm on high alert after last night's little bear visit, so it's nice this morning. It's about 8:30. He did tell me that where I had thought I was going to camp last night, he had camped there. He said there was a huge group having a birthday party. They were up till like 3 this morning, so I made the right decision to have some peace and quiet in a little area out in the forest. So made the right decision there. You just never know what's up ahead. So yeah, it's really beautiful. This is kind of my surroundings. So beautiful. It's a lot of big pine cones. Just the whole forest floor is covered. Big pine cones everywhere. It's pretty cool. These are, what kind of flowers they are. They produce a yellow flower, but the leaves are amazing. They're great for toilet paper. They're so soft. They're like velvet, and they're really sturdy. Oh, they should make toilet paper out of this. Oh, well, this is a nice hike today. Haven't had a chance to put in my headphones and listen to music or podcasts. There's so many mountain bikers. I have to hear them coming up from behind so I can get out of their way. So they're flying. I had one kind of unusual encounter with 2 guys on mountain bikes. Asked me what I was doing. I told them I was doing the whole rim. And they both started giving me advice on gear. So he looked at my shoes and he said, I hope you have Gore-Tex boots for the snow. And I said, well, no. And I explained my reasoning as to why waterproof or Gore-Tex boots would not be a good idea for a long hike, mostly because once they get wet, so if water goes over the top, or snow, or your feet sweat, they have no way to dry because the outer surface is waterproof, and so it doesn't allow water to get back out, so your feet just stay wet. Ooh, this is hard to do and hold the phone. And he asked about my tent. He looked at my backpack and said, well, you're not carrying enough. So I looked at him and I said, so you must have done a lot of backpacking? And he goes, oh, no, not really. And I said, well, you have a lot of knowledge about gear. So have you done like long trails before? And he goes, no, I'm a mountain biker. I don't really backpack. But he had lots of advice for me. So took it with a grain of salt. I was kind. It kind of made me chuckle as I walked off. It's just interesting. But the wind is still blowing a bit. Where I am right now is kind of sheltered with the trees, so it's kind of nice. It's hot, then windy, and then hot and windy. Really a pleasant day. The trail is amazing. It's really well maintained. It's rocky in places, but I can't really get around that. So, enjoyable day. Had a great lunch next to a little stream, and dropped the kids off in the forest after lunch. So I feel good now, lighter. And I'm gonna go another 4 or 5 hours before I set up camp.